was half an apple in one bite.
Yeah.
I am such a greedy bastard.
I noticed you didn't click record to until you had stopped doing what you were doing with the apple.
Boo Foons, mystery investigators.
Off the case.
Oh, welcome to Boo Foons Off the Case. I'm Dan. He's Steve. He's still eating his way through an apple. Um, and it's at this point, I don't know whether it's just going to be me doing this whole episode by myself while Steve tries to finish it that, or whether I just need to call an ambulance for him because he could choke.
I'm alive.
Oh,
Could
there
choke.
he is. He lives.
I just discovered a new party trick. Oh, you just discovered it with me. We've just discovered a new party trick.
Yeah. No, it's not a party trick for me. It's a thing that you can do.
Yeah, but you witnessed it.
I did witness it.
Nobody else would believe it. If you didn't tell them, they'd think you're just lying.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you saw our social media clips. Wow.
Oh.
I'm alive. What shall I eat next in 3 bites? We can start every episode on Saturday with me just eating something in 3 bites.
Yeah. And it can just get progressively more ridiculous to the point where
watermelon.
Yes. Oh. Well, I was going to
apple dripping off my chin now.
Yeah.
My beard smells like a. Do you know, it's not bad. It's like I've got appetizer all over me. Appetizer bath.
Oh dear. Well, as we're talking about as we've started on the fact of just being absolutely ridiculous at something unusual and a unique talent you've just discovered.
I knew I was gifted in some way. I didn't realize it was that gifted.
Yeah. There are definitely things that I don't think we should be trusted with. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day about the fact that I have a job where I'm seen to be very responsible, very sensible, very trustworthy. I should be a model member of the public and all of that sort of thing. And then I realised that actually I probably shouldn't even be trusted to do the job I do. Just because of how ridiculous things are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar. I've got a very responsible job and a very responsible, respectable organisation. And only the people I work with know what levels I can sink.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm actually sometimes absolutely amazed the things I can say to people and have them laugh rather than get me fired.
Yes.
It always astounds me. I don't know how. I remember once before I got married, we had some friends, me and my wife, we would go out, we'd all go out together, and I would say things because I worked with one of the people, that we'd be friends with, and obviously worked with her for a good couple of years, so she knew the things I would say and just took it in jest like it was meant to be. One day, my wife got so angry at me and told me off that I shouldn't be saying things like that to people. And I had to explain this is just what we do, and now she knows completely what it is. It's taken 30 years though. But she now completely understands me. Great thing is my daughter's got it as well. She's just cutting. And my son, he's really quiet, but when he says something, You got to listen out for it. I watched him do a whole interview. He was being interviewed at some gig they were doing, and he sat there with the whole band, and he just said one line in the whole thing, and it was the funniest thing. Everybody stopped and laughed. He only said one thing in the entire interview, and it was hysterical. It was great. Oh dear.
We see. I was thinking about this the other day. Of as I said, how ridiculous we are, and things that we probably shouldn't be trusted with. Like, for example,
Children.
we do this podcast all about folklore and mysteries and all of that. And I was thinking about some of the folklore creatures that we've spoken about in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And there are some things where it's like, if we actually met this beast, I'd probably
They'd run
just
from
adopt.
us.
Well, I was thinking more I'd adopt as a pet, you know.
Is that because you want your stone taken out your anus?
No, you would have a kappa as a pet.
Kappa. Only because they've got 3 assholes. That was the best thing I learned from that. They could fart 3 times louder.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's just genius.
Oh.
That is a genius legend. Wouldn't
Yeah,
want a giant though.
No.
No,
I
they
was
can be a bit
talking-
abusive.
I was talking more about like the cryptids, you know, like even the fairy cattle, like that one that makes like unlimited milk or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So that would be great to have in the garden. You
Yeah,
could bottle it
absolutely.
and sell it. You'd only need one cow for the entire dairy, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh. Even like
it's
the
one of the ones.
do you remember the curupira, the little guy that lived in the Amazon rainforest that walked
With his
backwards?
backward
And
feet. Yeah.
that's it. It's like that. It sounds cute.
Yeah. Trouble is, you have to keep giving cigarettes and alcohol. It costs you a fortune.
Yeah, well, minus the cigarettes. That's basically me, though. Isn't
Yeah, I
it?
could just imagine you two sitting in the garden just getting absolutely rat-assed.
Exactly. Exactly.
You just opening your cans, him just on his, strawberry vape and drinking his cider. You'd be fine. Then you just need a cow in the middle so you can just milk them.
Yeah. Do you reckon a curupira has actually adapted to the times and now has vapes instead of cigarettes and tobacco?
Nah, still, if they're in the Brazilian rainforest, probably unlikely. I
Yeah.
don't think vapes have got over to Brazil yet.
I don't know. You'd be surprised of what things would have travelled out there. I bet they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know what other mysterious cryptid would you want at home? I mean, the main thing, I can't remember any of them because my
Well, what was
short-term
that?
memory is not a good idea to think
Was
of these
it
things.
a ghost or was it a fairy that did all of the ironing for you and just left
The
it?
boggarts. The
That's
boggarts would
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd just be mischievous. They would actually just go tidy up your house.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah. Exactly. But
Him
yeah.
and Aggie wouldn't have wanted it. Wouldn't know what to do with their bottle of white wine vinegar, whatever it was, that cleans their toilets. But no, you just get your buckets out. That would do it.
It's also like I don't think if we went on a ghost hunt and had a Ouija board and imagine it did actually work how it's supposed to work. Again, I don't think we would be able to be trusted with that because we'd either end up insulting whoever the ghost was, or if we found out it was a female ghost, I'd probably start flirting with it badly.
Yeah. Do you know, though, that last ghost hunter went on, all I wanted to do was try to insult the spirits because everyone says, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't insult the spirits because they can possess you. They'll follow you home. It's like, of course they will. If only, hopefully the spirit could read my mind, then it would know exactly what I was asking it. But there was no spirits, Dan. Nothing goes through it. I was very disappointed when I did my Ouija board because I was expecting Dad to tell me off for using it. I was saying, son, stop using the Ouija board. I told you these things will get you possessed. But no, he didn't. He didn't send me the message.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, and then job wise, I was thinking job wise. I don't think, even though I'm really good at cooking, I don't think I'd be able to be a chef because I would eat the food.
Yeah, I think I'd be really good as a competitive eater.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to go on a road trip with Beard Meets Food.
that would be cool.
That would be awesome. I bet he can't eat an
Yeah.
apple in 3 bites.
I don't know. Watching some of his videos,
Yeah,
the way he shoves
Yeah.
the food into his mouth in those.
I think that's the trick, isn't it? The trick is eat it before your stomach tells you you're full. See,
Yeah.
I'm lucky my stomach never tells me I'm full. Which is, have you seen the size of it recently? Shocking.
Yeah, we should. Yeah,
We say this every other week. We say, oh,
We
I've got to
do.
lose some weight. It's only sitting down here doing a podcast with you. That's why I started eating. I thought it was because my dad was dying of cancer and I was stress eating, but no, I was stress eating because of this. I was stress eating. Looking at Billy Bunter in front of me and think I've got to look like more like Orson Welles every day.
Yeah, I now regret the new glasses.
It's the fact you wear your little school tie as well. That's the thing. Actually, you should do that. You should certainly cosplay as Billy Bunter when you go to your club next.
Oh, yeah, yeah. At
We haven't
least
got a
there's
theme for this episode, do we?
Right.
Do we have a theme for this episode?
right. Well, I was about to say one thing that I could be trusted with this podcast is trying to keep the show vaguely on track. I was trying to steer us around the conversation of things that we shouldn't be trusted with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said children.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I like where you write down cut at this time. Cut.
Oh.
little, you got it on your app, haven't you? You got an app where to cut out what Steve says on the runtime. As soon as he pushes record, I'll know exactly when to cut him out.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. So what shouldn't we be trusted with?
Well, I was sort of throwing things out, but it's fine.
I know.
Yeah.
The codes for the nuclear weapons.
I would be pressing them for fun. Just see what they did. I would 100% have the red button in front of me and would go, this isn't really going to set off nuclear weapons, is it? Boop.
Then you find out it doesn't.
Yeah. And they've actually given me a dummy button because they knew I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's happened
probably
before,
why
I imagine.
MI5 and MI6 have rejected me, because they've realised that I would go, this would be a funny thing to do. That's the problem.
Did you answer a question? Did they ask you that? Is that what you answered? That would explain why they kicked you out. That's
MI6
what you said.
MI6 rejected me because I didn't speak another language and I didn't have police experience. MI6 rejected me on the basis that I didn't speak another language. MI5 rejected me because I don't have police experience.
Yeah, but they just want normal people. That's what they're just making an excuse, Dan. They just didn't want you because you look like Billy Bunter. Thought no, but that would have been perfect. Though they thought all our spies look like this. We need somebody who looks like James Bond now.
Yeah. Like if I was a spy, I would end up just going, it'd be funny. Let's walk into the middle of the Kremlin and just see if Putin's up for shots.
Can you imagine if I applied now just for a laugh?
When you got an interview and everything,
And I get an interview. Can you imagine? That'd be hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Until you have to put down what do you do in your spare time. I do this nice little semi-successful podcast. Semi-successful. I love that word. Do you remember that was what you said to those girls? Do you remember? We went to when we went to the Sandy's play. And those two girls at front, they were just looking at you. They kept looking at you, and they were convinced they knew you, and they were like flirting with you. And you just said, "Well, you might know me from my semi-successful podcast."
Yeah.
We'd only been going for like 6 weeks at the time. You just deadpan, straight face. You might know me from my semi-successful podcast with him.
Look.
It's like, it's a podcast. How do they know what you look like?
Right.
What were you thinking?
This is
You could have gone on
probably
with both of them.
right. Here we go. This is probably why I'm single, because people have women have probably flirted with me, and I've had no idea that they've been flirting, and I've ended up
They were
just going,
flirting.
yeah.
Me and Luke just looked at each other thinking, did he just say that? It's like
And
they're asking, are you...
Right. And in my defence, right,
You had a suit on and everything. You look really dapper. That's why I really loved it.
Yeah, they were very lovely ladies, but let's be completely honest here. They did look like they were 20 years older than me.
No, they didn't. They looked the same age as you. They were relatively young. They looked a lot younger than me, that's for sure. That's the trouble is I look at anyone these days and think that's... I got to that point. When people say, when you're old, when you say the policeman looks young, the police have been looking young for about 40 years for me. So...
Oh. Yeah, but no. I hopefully they went, oh yeah, let's search for the podcast, and hopefully they listened, and hopefully they're now fans.
See, then they wish they had taken you home after all that.
Yeah.
Now they know that what semi-successful podcast, the quality of it is.
Yeah.
But apparently somebody else afterwards told Sandy they thought they knew you as well from the golf club. Apparently there's a golf club. There was somebody who looks just like you from the golf club. So you have a doppelganger here.
If I'm honest, I think this is why lots of people, because I get into loads of random conversations with people, and if I'm honest, I'm really bad at remembering people, especially if I've spoken to them only once or twice. I'm really bad at remembering their faces and their names, or if it's been a long while. Like, for example, I was at a training course recently, and a guy walked over to me and was like, "Dan, how are you?" And I looked at him and had no idea who he was. Turns out he was a guy that at my job I had trained and worked with him for about 8 months while training him up before he went off to another company. And so I spent 8 months Monday to Friday with this bloke, and I had no idea what his name was. I had no idea who he was, and it had only been about 4 years. So I've built up this whole thing where if random people start talking to me, I just kind of assume that they do know me, but then I try and figure out how they know me. It's like a game.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get that. Like, so I was out the other week and heard in the middle of nowhere in Loo, in Cornwall, somebody shout, "Steve!" It's like, what the, who, what? Nobody knows me. And then, but yeah, somebody I used to work with back at EE, when I used to work on their support desk there years ago. It's like, I think I'm so bad with names and faces, but I did recognize him. Geordie. But it was well after he had already knew my name, what my kids were doing. He knew everything. Asked if I was still trying to move house. It's like, apparently he follows me on Facebook, and I didn't even realize. He's even listens to our semi-successful podcast.
Yeah.
So, Geordie, if you're listening, it took me about 2 minutes after we finished talking for me to remember who you were, just because I'm so bad with names and faces.
Yeah.
But it was good to see you.
Yeah. So it is a case of when people end up sort of talking to me, because I play this game of me trying to think, where do I know them from? If there is people that think they recognize me, but in fact they've never met me before, the conversation will have them thinking that they do actually know me and I know them, because I'm trying to figure out how I know them.
Yeah.
So there is a totally real possibility that if I had met the golf club person, we would have stood there in a conversation, them trying to figure out where they knew me from, me trying to
And,
figure out where I knew them from, and then
and then you'd
resulting in the
remembered
fact,
it was just a mirror.
yeah,
Yeah, you just recognized him because you saw yourself in the reflection because everyone says it's your doppelganger. Well, it's like I used to work in a video shop back in London, back in Eastcote. I think it was Eastcote, back in sort of North London. And I had my video shop there, and everybody from the shops locally would come in. They were convinced I was somebody else. They were absolutely convinced, not just one, but everybody from the local shops. Apparently, there was somebody who worked there who looked just like me. I never met them. I was there for like a year, never met them. But apparently, I was a spitting image to the point that everyone would come and have a conversation to me, thinking I was this other person. It was a really weird thing to think there's somebody out there unfortunate enough to look like me.
Speaking of doppelgangers, do you remember that couple of weeks where you were accidentally stalking my younger brother, and you were, well,
There was
you had ended up in Wales, in the place where he lives, and you had gone to the museum that at the time he was volunteering at, and you were convinced that it was my brother in there, and I then messaged him and went, yeah, Steve said he's currently chatting to you. Can you just
Well, no, he
say...
never said it. Just said it's somebody who looks just like you.
That's
but
it.
Just taller.
And I messaged him going, I think your Steve is in the museum with you. And he then messaged me back saying, well, I'm not there. I'm at home. So I then told him, well, there must be somebody that looks like you. At which point he then sent me a photograph of a guy that who was actually paid to work there, whereas my brother volunteered. And he goes, is this the person? And it turned out it was, and it turns out it's not the first time that my brother has been mistaken for this other guy. But that couple of weeks was when because you had been to Wales.
That's right.
And then you went home, and then you went to Norfolk to see your dad, and ended up in Hemsby, where my brother happened to then go on holiday with my parents, and you were staying on I think you were staying in the same park as where they were staying.
I never saw him. But you said you had locations on your map and you could see with that close.
Yeah.
Weird.
It was really weird.
Never met him. Still never met him, though.
No, I did ask him about coming on here to talk about his film and TV stuff. He said yes, and then I forgot to tell him to join us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember you did call him because we didn't know what to do for an episode, and we were actually on recording. You thought, I'll call my brother now. And it's like your brother said, no, I'm in bed.
Yep. And he did say, next time, message me with a sensible amount of time and I'll join you. And I'll talk about the time I met Ryan Reynolds and stuff. And I was like, cool. And I still haven't messaged him to arrange that. Yeah.
Do you know, this is really funny. I've just realised we've just been talking all this time about nothing. This is one of our conversations that we'd have at home.
Yep.
Just off the call.
Yep.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, I think if we got your brother on, that'd be much more interesting to listen to us rambling on about nothing.
Yeah. Well, an attempt was made of let's talk about this thing, and then we've completely got off the rails.
The topic. So you tried to lure me in rather than telling me to my face. This is what we're going to talk. What are we going to talk about today, Dan?
Well. It was going to be, I was hoping that we could have a chat about things we should not be trusted with. And then I was hoping that what we'd end up doing is going from the stuff that we shouldn't be to then this whole jokey sort of thing where we then get into the things that we could be trusted with.
Oh, man, I wouldn't trust us with anything.
Yeah.
National security.
I reckon we'll be good at that.
Yeah. Especially when we're both spies. We don't tell anybody, though. Shh, don't tell anyone we're spies. See, that's the thing, isn't it? When you got accepted into MI5, they told you, don't tell anybody you're in MI5. So all you're doing now is telling people you're not in MI5. And I've noticed that. Yeah. You never used to talk about it until you didn't get in to MI5. But it's like first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. So I've never heard of this Fight Club thing. Oh, I got rejected from Fight Club. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's how you know that if it's that thing, the person's protesting too much.
Yeah.
That we know that Dan is in MI5. He did get accepted. So any Russians out there, if they want to bribe Dan with sex, he's quite happy to take it.
Jeez.
It's been a while, apparently.
No comment.
Sorry. Amazing. You go. That's twice in 2 weeks you've gone bright red, the same colour as that background. That's the only reason you wanted to get in there, isn't it? Just so you could actually get bribed by Russians. What are they called? Oh, what's
KGB.
No, they're not KGB anymore. No. What's the term for Russian spies who bribe people with sex? Oh, prostitutes. Might as well just say prostitutes. You just want to meet Russian prostitutes. Hey, Dan's mum, do you know why he wanted the MI5? He wanted to get to be a spy just so he could have sex with Russian prostitutes. All he's really got to do is just say he's part of a semi-successful podcast, and he'll get it every night. Things you can't be trusted with. The question: what can you not be trusted with?
Yeah. This
I've also
podcast.
Yeah, you've sunk so far down I can barely see you now. It's just you're taking up the corner of your screen. If we try to get this into video, it's going to be really difficult.
Yeah,
it just keeps sinking down further.
Yeah, that's because I was.
I've never seen you so laid back.
Yeah. That's because since getting this new computer chair, it's really comfortable, and it's one that you can actually rock backwards and forwards. It's got a spring and stuff in it. So I have found
you got a Russian prostitute on your lap.
Well, when I'm editing these, I end up sort of just pulling the mouse over because you only need the mouse really, and I'll just have the mouse, and I'll just be laying back like that, chilling in my chair, just relaxing.
That's cool. I've got a chair from work because my old chair was giving me really bad back, so I got a chair from work, and that just gives me really bad back. It's just a normal chair. Half the armrests had been chewed off by somebody before I even got it. It wasn't even like a new chair. They gave me the manky chair. It's got stains all over it, which aren't mine. Not even apple juice could make those stains. Was that this episode or was that a different episode? I've lost track.
I've lost track. People people listening have probably lost track as well. We've lost track whilst recording this.
I can't wait to hear the edit of this one.
I might just keep it exactly as it is. Also, you said about my mum listening. So she was speaking to me the other day. No, she is still listening.
Okay.
And she went, it was the most mum conversation ever. She goes, I was trying to listen. I saw on Facebook that you had spoken about the King's Lynn witch. My mum's not actually not that Norfolk, to be fair, so I don't know why I'm putting a Norfolk accent on.
Because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah. But she goes, I saw on Facebook that you had spoken about the King's Lynn witch. She said, and I've always known a little bit about it, but I wanted to know a bit more. And I was like, oh, yeah. And did you learn a bit more about it? And she went, well, my Alexa wouldn't play it for me. So in the end, I had to go and listen to it on my phone instead. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. You still listen to it. And then she went, yeah, and I will just say one thing. Yes, there is a metal plaque there now, but when I was a little girl, it was actually carved into the brickwork. And that's the blood
was still fresh.
Yeah.
The blood was still fresh when I was a little girl.
And I said, oh, well, I'm glad you still enjoy the podcast. And she goes, yeah, well, I only listened to that one because it's about King's Lynn. I was, oh, cheers, Mum.
You know what it is, though? She just doesn't like me insulting you constantly. That's what it is.
I think it's because she's had 30-odd years of having to put up with me that the last thing she really wants is to be listening to me anymore.
Yeah, but the thing is, when she stopped listening to you, our figures went down. Our listening figures dropped off the charts. So she must have been listening a few times a week.
Yeah.
We need to get back on. We need to get those viewing figures back or listening figures back.
Yeah, we need
It's
to
your mum.
start. Yeah, or we need to start saying yes to those irritating Asian scammers.
No, we're not going to let anyone promote us for. However, no. How many of those emails do you get a week?
Oh, we get so many. Uh, Facebook or it's either Facebook or Instagram they actually contact us through. They're the only ones that they message on. And we have so many messages where it will start off with hello sirs, and then it will go into either this thing that's very clearly AI with all of the emojis, all about how much they can promote, or it will be very bad English. It will be one or the other. It will either be very clearly AI scripted or very clearly somebody that English isn't their first language.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just crazy how they can just promise you 1,000 new listens or whatever it is in the first. No, you can't promise that. How are you going to do that? Oh, yeah. We're just going to, stick it on, download it constantly.
Do you
That
remember
isn't
that
what
one?
anyone wants.
There was that one guy that we sat there winding up, and he just kept going, "Sir, I haven't got any of the reviews yet because my manager hasn't given me the website link to send you to where my reviews are." And it's like, well, then it's fake and this is a scam. No, sir, this is not a scam. And then I told him that I wasn't a sir, that I was a madam. And he then started calling us madam. And then I was like, why are you calling me madam? I'm a man. And he was like, sorry, sir. And I think I changed gender about 6 times during that conversation. So I guess if I change gender that much, I now call myself non-binary. But yeah, and in the end, I think we had him there for about 2 hours. And then I Googled what the time was in Bangladesh and realised it was 2 o'clock in the morning. So I then told him about the fact that he should go to bed because it's 2 a.m. And he went, I'm sorry it's so late for you, sir. Yes, you should probably go to bed if it's 2 a.m. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. It's not 2 a.m. for me. It is for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. But I think the worst thing you can do is, the lies people. I know people do on social media a lot. They buy views, they buy listens. They're not genuine. What's the point? If I knew that we were getting 20,000 listens a week, but they were 20,000 fake listens, then I still know it's no listens. Just because nobody sees your figures. You can't see what anybody else is getting, so why worry about it?
Yeah, and I'm so glad we're getting 1 million listens a week on this podcast. Record breaking. It's
absolutely.
But no, I did end up doing a bit of a deep dive online to figure out what on earth those scammers are actually doing.
Yeah.
Because they clearly have a system set up where you do get that a set amount of listens. And I actually did a bit of a deep dive into it. And what they do, they've got several computers set up, and they use a VPN on based in different countries on those devices. And the reason why they ask you for the Spotify link or the Amazon, they usually ask for Spotify, Amazon, or Apple link. That's what they ask for. They're the only links they're interested in. And what they do is they log into these different accounts. So then they'll just play it on loop on double fast speed. And it's running in the background. And because they can have multiple tabs open on the same computer or multiple windows open on multiple browsers with the VPN, it means that you can in a space of, the length of a show. So say 40 minutes, you can probably gain 100 listens in that 40 minutes because of how their setup is. So all the fake listens are them. With regards to social media, it's because they have no end of fake accounts that they just use to follow people and share, and they've got groups that they'll share in with each of those people, which then boost the engagement numbers. But it's just these groups that are just filled with scammers, and that's it, and they're fake accounts. So yes, it's being shared into a group that there's 1,000 people, but actually it's 2-3 people sitting in a little basement somewhere, and they each have control of about, I don't know, 500 accounts each.
Thing is,
So
how does
that,
nobody monitors the
yeah,
amount of hits you get? So how does
yeah.
it's not like YouTube where you can see the amount of downloads, or
Well,
Instagram or TikTok where you can see it. You can't see what anyone gets.
yes, but this is where the benefit then comes from for the podcast and why you would do it. So what you then do is you've then got these fake figures that you can then see the stats. You can then screenshot that to say, on average, we get 5,000 downloads a month on average.
I could Photoshop that without having to pay them. Not Photoshop it because I'm not paying that much money. I could GIMP it for free.
Okay,
rather
so
than making a screenshot.
Rather than screenshot, then, like Apple, Amazon, Spotify, they have their own counters and they can actually see that their end, right? They can then see that. So, say you've got 5,000 a month on average through Apple. It then means that Apple immediately go, you need to be monetized. Apple then start giving you money and you start getting advertisement. That's what it's for. So the fake engagement is all for these companies to start going, this deserves to be monetized. And it's also for rankings. So things like Apple, Amazon and Spotify, the way their listings work for putting people on the homepage and stuff, if you don't request it or pay for it, is by amount of downloads in that week. So it's also so it's all of these things of essentially buying advertisement through an illegitimate method. And you then have to ask yourself, is it worth it?
Found out. Yeah, they'll get found out, surely, that when they've stopped paying for it, their figures suddenly drop down off the chart. Then again, I don't understand why people cheat in games. Why cheat? It's just, what's the point? It doesn't, it's all, you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah. But that's what it is. And like you said, because they then have these big numbers, they want to keep them, and therefore the scammers can then go, oh yeah, well, if you want to keep this, so at the moment you've been paying us £20 a month, you now need to pay us £100 a month to keep it. Oh, you know how you've been paying us £100, you now need to pay us this. So it then gets, yeah,
because you can't just see it drop off a cliff. If it suddenly drops off overnight, you're gonna lose your advertising, surely.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's
ridiculous.
what the behind the scenes of it is. And I bet there are people out there that do pay for it. I bet there are people out there that will go, yeah, fair enough.
See, at least we can be trusted with morals.
Yeah. I just see one of these messages from them and I just click. I click report and then I click ban. I don't click block. I click ban because then that way they can't contact us, but their follow, because they always click follow, their follow still counts. So they can still see us. They just can't interact or message us.
Yeah.
So that's where my illegitimate stuff comes from, is on Facebook when they click follow and then I've blocked them afterwards. So we've probably got a handful of people on there that...
We've only got a handful of people there anyway, don't we?
True. And to be fair, most of them are people from my friend list, because I did that thing that I hate when it pops up in my notifications, but I did it, where I did the thing where I invited everyone in my friend list to like it.
And some of them did?
Yeah. So it's hilarious, because when I look through it from my personal Facebook onto our Facebook page, it says something like, I've got 30 or 40 mutual people that like this page.
Do you know, I don't want people I know to listen to this because, like I said, I've got a responsible job in a respectable organization. Last thing I want them to do is listen to me on this.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, changing the subject back to where we started. I've actually asked Copilot what I shouldn't be trusted with, knowing me, because I've worked with Copilot a little bit.
Yeah.
And Copilot has told me the main thing I should not be trusted with is that button that says "Do not press." It says, knowing you, you will press it. You won't even hesitate. You'll press it twice to see what the second press does. That's what it literally says to me.
I'm going to
Not-
ask
and,
Copilot.
Being left alone in a haunted location, apparently, not because you'll be scared, because you'll start interviewing the ghosts and insulting them. Blimey, I don't know what I think. Any situation requiring you to act normal. You'd last for maybe 4 seconds, it says.
Right, and this is where we learn that AI is very much based on things, because I've put what shouldn't I be trusted with, and the first thing that's come up is ghost hunting. You would accidentally insult it.
Yep.
A pub quiz answer sheet, you'll doodle on it or start a side quiz. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. That a group WhatsApp, you'd send one message and then disappear for 48 hours. Actually, no, I'm more. The reason why I shouldn't be trusting a group WhatsApp is because I'm liable to send an meme or something that would upset a lot of people.
Dick pic. He sends dick pics all the time, everybody. You should see our Discord. Anybody called Richard is on it.
Yeah.
Richard Attenborough on there.
Fun enough, I was going to say all I do is send pictures of you, but
This I've just scrolled down. It's told me the final one not to be trusted with is anything involving clowns. You won't go near it, and honestly, that's fair. It says. Do you know? I wonder how much energy was taken for it to tell me not to go near clowns.
Oh, here's one that's quite funny. You'll like this one. So I should not be trusted to host a children's birthday party because I would accidentally teach them about folklore. That's legitimately one that's on here. That's exactly what it says. That's the reason why I shouldn't be trusted with a birthday party. I've just scrolled down even further. Here we go. A Boo Foons episode that's meant to stay on topic. You will derail it. It's your gift, it's your curse, it's your brand.
There we go. That's how we end the episode.
That's how we
We've
end
been told we can't be trusted with a podcast.
Yeah, AI's told us, yeah. That means it must be true.
Must be true. Would it lie to us?
Yes. Because it has there, because it's told us loads of things that we shouldn't be trusted with, but actually we should be trusted because we're absolute gems of people. We're absolute, dreamers. We're lovely blokes. We should be trusted with everything. I'll tell you what we should both be trusted with. We should be trusted to be the showrunners of Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, we can't go wrong with that, can you, really?
Well, exactly.
Unless you're a complete... I promise I won't say words like that anymore.
And on that note, thank you for listening to this week's Boo Foons Off the Case. Let us know your things that you can and can't be trusted with, and anything that you've
as long as it's legal. As long as it's legal, we don't need to know anything that isn't.
Yeah.
Dan.
And let us know your weird talent. What's your party trick?
How many bites of it does it take for you to eat an apple?
Yes. Tell us on social media of how many bites. Just and really confuse people of just simply putting just the number. So like a random TikTok video, choose any TikTok video at all, or any Facebook reel or any Instagram reel, and just put on it a random number. Yeah. Steve and I will know what you mean, and people that have listened to this episode will know what that random number means, but no one else will, and it would be a mystery to investigate.
Yep. And off camera, I'm going to see how long it takes, how much of a banana I can do.
Boo Foons OnlyFans coming soon. Oh, but yes.
Can I get the banana and 2 plums in one go?
Oh, no. Uh, I can't remember if I said it in this episode or a previous one, or no, you said it in this one or another one of about the kappa. You definitely have got a kappa as a pet, haven't you?
Cucumbers.
Yep, cucumbers.
3 cucumbers.
Yes, so thank you for listening to us on Boo Foons Off the Case. Do look at our social media accounts, give them a follow, like, share. That's the best thing you can do to support us, really, is share all of the social media things to your friends. Get them to listen. Tell people to listen to our podcast. Feel free to say avoid the Saturday ones. They're just madness. Only listen to the Wednesday ones. They're the sensible ones. Or vice versa. Tell people don't bother with the Wednesday ones. They're too sensible, and listen to the Saturday ones because it's just stupidity. Feel free to give that as a review. You know, there are loads of places to put a review. Yeah, loads of places. Good Pods is a good one to put a review on. Podchaser, whatever the other ones are that I can't remember. But there's links to them all on our website, boofoons.co.uk. We can also find a link to our Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord. Join us for a chat.
Yeah.
So there'll be somebody else to talk to rather than that psychopath. And I'm not talking about Dan.
Yeah. I'm not even going to give them any satisfaction of mentioning them. So I'm just going to say, check out our Patreon, give us some money on there, and goodbye. Farewell.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Boo Foons, mystery investigators.
Off the